She's really doing her rehab, really got into it, really. It annoys her that she can't do rehab on Saturdays and Sundays. She can't get in there and exercise because she has to build up her core strength and her upper arm strength. She was very strong, but after the accident, everything went. Everything went. From her waist, she had no balance. She could either fall forwards, backwards or sideways. There was no balance, but she's built that up now and she's quite strong. She doesn't have to, she can sit up on her own accord now. Been in it all her life. She was sort of born into it. She was there from the word go. And yeah, she will, in what extent we don't know, because she's very determined.
Yeah, seems that way.
It hasn't set her back, and anyone who knows her knows that she is a very determined person, but whether she can overcome it or not remains to be seen. We can just be there to support her as much as we can.
We straight away got in touch with Darleen and her family and just said, we're going to help, we're going to get behind you. It's very difficult for a trainer to get any sort of insurance. They're the employer, so they don't get work cover. And you know, for them to be sort of left on the lurch, our industry always looks after its own, and we all then said, look, we've got to get behind Darleen. She's going to have a very tough battle. She's got a young son, Liam, who's only 9, and it's just her and Liam and her parents. And look, she wants to get back training, and our aim or our goal for everyone who supported her is to get her back training again. And if that might take 5 years, if we can take financial burden away from her.
I just want to thank everybody that has, you know, well wished me and supported me and my family through this terrible time.
Well, Doug's trained horses since before she was born, and it was just a gradual procession. She's been around horses all her life. She could ride horses when she was 3. She could canter horses and do everything when she was very, very young. Rode track work for Doug as soon as she was able to ride track work. Well, she actually wasn't. She was only 12 when she started riding track work. But she was, you wouldn't do that these days. And yeah, she's ridden track work all the time.
Yeah, and Darleen's got a great history. She actually rode track work in England for Aidan O'Brien. You know, she's got a huge amount of experience and came back here. She's worked for a lot of trainers before as foreman, and she's had her own trainer's licence for probably 15 years now. Just a small team, and she was really starting to build herself back up again. She's had some personal battles which she's overcome.
Amber Lady, number 8, the winner. The Radio Network late mail at about 12 lucratives gets the cash. A pick-up ride for Corey Bayless, trained by Darleen Duryea, Beaudesert.
On and off the track, and she was just starting to really get herself situated to be in a good position when she had this, you know, horrible track work accident where, you know, a horse broke down, fell on top of her, and now she's basically a paraplegic in a wheelchair. So, you know, she's doing a great job with rehab to get herself back, and she's overwhelmed by the support that the industry's given her, and that's given her that kick along. She said that she goes to rehab every day with so much more, you know, sort of keenness, knowing that the whole racing industry is getting behind her. And, you know, the people who've supported her, I won't name any of them, but everyone in racing has got behind her, whether it's $5 or $500 or whatever they've done, and we just, you know, rallied behind her. As I say, this industry, they all very sort of, you know, what's the word, they can be quite antsy with each other, but when it comes down when someone's in trouble, you know, we get in and have a dig and help them out.
She was a little bit overwhelmed. I thought she might have been a bit more overwhelmed because when I originally told her that they were doing a fundraiser for her, well, she just burst into tears and she couldn't understand why people would want to raise money for her. She was just completely gobsmacked that people would do that for her. You know, people have been really good, and there's just a few other little local ones here that have been extra good as well and have donated as well. They know who they are. It's been quite overwhelming about how people have rallied round and, you know, yeah, to help her.
You know, it's probably better to keep some going and for when she gets home to see where she goes from there, you know. It's easier to keep them going than what it is to find them if she decides she wants to keep doing it, you know. She's full on with the rehabilitation and, you know, still, she says she misses the horses, so. But, no, I'm pretty sure she'll get back into it in some form, you know.
Like, I've spent my whole life in the industry. Dad was a trainer when I was a small child, and you know, I love the industry and hopefully I can get back to it in some way, shape or form. And it's just been phenomenal just how well the industry has supported. Well, I finished rehab at the PA hospital and they've been brilliant, and it's a really good rehab centre. Just to get home, be a mum to my son, get myself sorted, keep up with the rehab, and you know, I want to try and get my legs working again, and it's going to take a long time, but I'll just keep at it as long as I can, and hopefully I can train again. If not, I'll find some other part of racing to be involved in.